What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Superhero Buzz, where we cover the latest on everything comic book movie related. I am your host Noah, and in this video, we are going to break down a leaked trailer description for Avengers Doomsday that was shown at this year's CinemaCon. We also have our first potential look at some leaked photos of the footage, so make sure you stick around to find out the details. Anyways, there's quite a bit to unpack, so need I say more? Let's dive right in. It's been a pretty big week when it comes to comic book movie news, at least if you attended this year's CinemaCon, where fans were greeted by Kevin Feige himself as well as the Russo brothers, including Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., where they all came together to host a special presentation for Avengers Doomsday, where fans got to experience the first Avengers Doomsday trailer, and apparently their reaction was absolutely insane. I can only imagine how they were feeling. And despite Marvel not releasing the trailer publicly, we do have a very detailed description on what the footage entailed, as well as our first potential look at some leaked photos. Now obviously, we do have to take these photos with a grain of salt, because nowadays due to AI, it's very hard to tell what's actually real anymore. Though according to some pretty reputable sources, as well as some people who actually attended the event, the photos I'm about to show you may in fact be legitimate. And so I'm only going to show you the photos with the most credibility, which means that each photo may not exactly line up with the scene description, because these are in fact leaked images, so nobody has everything just yet. But I will try my best to keep everything in order. But it reads as follows. We see Xavier's school sign on the ground. A narrator says something's coming, something we may not be able to deter. Dr. Doom is the one who's presumably narrating, which can be identified by his accent. We then see him rise in another setting with his hooded mask on. Xavier sees flames coming out of the sky from his window, and he looks genuinely scared. We then see the new Avengers Tower with the new logo. The new building's updated with 3 spires. The Fantastic Four meet Bucky, Ant-Man, and Captain America for the first time. We hear Thor telling stories of his people dying, and how this threat in particular scares him more than anything before. He narrates the rest of the trailer with this quote, "I have fought many warriors in my time. They were stronger than any of us combined and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that we've sacrificed will be for nothing if we don't stand together. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters, but mark my words, we're going to need a miracle." Cyclops is seen in a new shot. Then we see Gambit fighting Shang-Chi. Both of them are using their powers and it looks epic like a dance. The Fantastic Four meet the Wakandans in a desert, with all of the water surrounding them forming a giant wall of sorts. Yolanda marches past a concerned Reed Richards. We then see Elena fight herself, where it's then revealed to be Mystique. As Thor's speech is still going, Thor smashes Stormbreaker at Dr. Doom, who simply catches it with one hand. We then hear Thor emphasize, "We're going to need a miracle," to conclude his speech. "Hey pal" is heard from someone off-screen aboard the Fantastic Four ship, where it's then revealed to be Steve Rogers, complete with some long hair and a beard, leaving Thor in disbelief. Steve then raises his hand, pulling Stormbreaker from Thor while catching it and grinning. At the very end of the trailer, Dr. Doom says, "Before this day is done, we shall be faced with the unthinkable decision." And with the leaked trailer description, that was definitely quite a bit to unpack. But having said that, what are your thoughts on this? And who are you most excited to see in Avengers Doomsday? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you next time.